For me, it's the classic sales performance distribution curve. What does good, on target, or on plan look like in terms of quota attainment? Obviously, it can vary from company to company and even some seller groups within the company. But what percentage of the sellers are considered at or above plan? What can we learn about those sellers and how they're performing within the plan? Are they above plan? Are they below plan? Do we have a skills gap maybe among some of our sellers? Do we have a territory composition issue? Maybe we have a quota misalignment issue. Quotas are too high, quotas are too low. They don't align to the market conditions or product readiness or customer readiness, whatever the case may be. Maybe sometimes it's related to tenure. Be any number of questions that spark a deeper dive into some of the simpler sales performance distribution illustration.
I think that's pivotal for everybody, and hopefully everybody on the call is aligned to that. What I found in my experience and even in current role is those metrics become pretty wide. You go from 3, let's say maybe the cost of comp, the distribution, payout distribution, pay mix, that always explodes, right? 15, 20, 25 metrics. So you may have win rate, average deal size, pipeline coverage model, retention rate, billings, earnings at risk, right? And it just grows and grows and grows. And all of a sudden you're now handing that to the exec staff and having a conversation, but they don't really know where to look, right? All we see is there's 20, 30 metrics on the screen, and how the heck are we supposed to dive into all of the red, yellow, orange, green signals that are there? So for me, it's about looking, I think organizations, when they use any metrics, right, even starting with something like, the curve, or any of the metrics I just named off, everybody's concerned with, top performers, making sure we keep them happy. Bottom performers, that's easy, right? We create some sort of strategy around that. But the most important area to target, where I think most organizations have the most opportunity, is that middle group, right? So the middle folks that comfortably sit between 50, 70% every time, right? Every plan period. What can you do? What metrics can you focus on to really get them going, get them moving? So first you identify that through those effectiveness metrics, Jeff, like you mentioned. Then you start diving into the other metrics. So maybe for that middle group, we look at something we can get our hands on, right? Maybe it's win rate, maybe it's coverage ratio, maybe it's an enablement metric, but whatever it is, to start figuring out how do we get just a little bit of improvement from that middle group every time? Because if you can do that, that has the most impact on the organization.